Here at BikeRadar, we hear about a lot of expensive kit, where cost is no object when it comes to gaining that extra bit of performance. But when we received a press release from aero specialist AeroCoach, we had to take a closer look. The British brand, who offer aerodynamic testing and components, have released a set of custom carbon fibre aero extensions, and they're called, and I'm sorry if I pronounced this wrong, AeroCoach, the AeroCoach Vantaggio extensions. The price? Well, they cost £1,800 for the track-specific versions. If you want SRAM eTap or Shimano Di2 compatibility, that goes all the way up to £2,000. So we think these are some of the most expensive small carbon components we have ever seen at BikeRadar. But before you go to the comments and tell us that his price has gone mad, allow me to indulge you a little as to why something that looks so simple can end up costing so much. They are designed to be compatible with the Pinarello bolide, with each set weighing approximately 450 grams. They are handmade in the UK and made to a completely custom specification for each rider. The real key here though is that they are not just custom in terms of their shape and fit, but also their carbon layup. Xavier Disley, the director at AeroCoach, told us that this means that every set is optimised for each rider's weight and strength. So a big track rider putting out world-class watts, they're going to have a much stronger and stiffer pair than a puny rider like me. Custom carbon layups and the many steps that are involved to make the bars sure counts for some of the costs, but the really cool bit is that you're assigned your own AeroCoach engineer when you order a set of the bars. Xavier then said that they will go through your order with you in a computer-aided design. Obviously that is very cool. Not many people get their own engineer assigned to them when they order a set of handlebars. From there, the prototype parts will be made so you can check the fitment of your aero setup, and if you have any changes, they can be made from there on as well. And finally, because the extensions are handmade in the UK, that inevitably adds to the cost. And that is how you get to a set of aero extensions which cost £1,800. So what are the advantages? Well, apparently most of it is in ergonomics, because the personal fit of any type of rider, being a totally custom bar, can be accommodated. Obviously, if you're an Olympian or a track rider going for the individual pursuit world record, more on that later, things like tiny adjustments in custom fit are really important. However, Disley also said that they are slightly more aero than your standard extensions, and we quote, "They're wider than the other options, going right up to the UCI 40mm cross-section limit." Now, you probably won't be seeing these extensions at your local track race or your local time trial anytime soon. Where you may have seen them is under the very strong and stable arms of Team Ineos rider and Olympic track rider Filippo Ganna. And I hope I pronounced that right, Filippo. He recently broke the individual pursuit world record with an absolutely mind-blowing time of 4 minutes, 2 seconds and a tiny bit more. This means from a standing start, Filippo averaged nearly 60 kilometers an hour for 4 minutes. That is amazing. And if you want to know what watts are required to ride 4,000 meters in just over 4 minutes, it's around 600 watts for 4 minutes. And remember, that is seated. Bar the start of an individual pursuit, all of it is done in an aero position. There can't be many people around that can do 600 watts for 4 minutes in an aero tuck. Last thing about that record, if you're wondering what gearing he was riding, he had a 60-tooth chainring at the front and a 14-tooth cog at the back. Just imagine sitting on the start line, dead stationary, and you've got to turn that gear up to speed in like 15 seconds. Absolutely incredible. And this begs the question, will Filippo be able to go under the 4-minute barrier? The sub 4-minute barrier for the individual pursuit is a bit like the sub 2-hour marathon barrier. That was recently broken, so it'd be really interesting to see if Filippo manages to make history soon. AeroCoach doesn't sponsor Filippo Ganna, but he will be using the bars in the Tokyo Olympics, along with other riders, World Tour teams and federations that AeroCoach is working with. Disley told BikeRadar that he can't say explicitly which riders he's working with due to the other sponsorship commitments they have. So keep your eyes peeled at track meets and World Tour time trials in the future, as you may see a rider with a sneaky set of AeroCoach extensions on their bike. While the costs of products like this obviously keeps it way out of reach for everyone but absolute world-class riders and the odd CEO, I still think it's really cool to see what a brand can do when money is absolutely not an object and it's all about performance. And again, it's not very often you get to order a cycling component which comes with its very own aero engineer. But as always, what do you guys think? Is the cost just too much to stomach, or is it really cool to see what brands do when money is no object and it's all about performance? As always, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click the little bell icon so every time we upload a video, you get a notification.